Welcome back. Now, we have the overall numbers which show the NDA 45 short of the halfway mark. We also asked a few basic questions to give a sense of how people are thinking. Now, one of the questions CVoter asked was, this is very relevant, who are you most angry with? Given a chance to change any one of the following, which one would you like to change? Maximum number of people today are reflecting their anger with the centre and not with the state government. Comment? Yes,
yeah, and this is very clear. And for the last 36 months in a row now, basically we do every week after week our tracking, you know. This particular question, and there is one more question which I'm sure that you will bring along very well of the issues. I believe this is something which has been there. And there is no ambiguity on this thing that who is to be blamed for what particular
So there's tremendous anger with the central government.
And it's in line with the previous polls that we did, where it was Manmohan Singh's popularity rating that was pulling the Congress draft down. Continuously. It's perfectly in line.
Let's pull out a few more slides here, which I think give the big picture quite nicely. Our second question coming your way will be...
This is very important.
And what will be your primary concern when voting for the 2014 Lok Sabha polls? And Yashwant tells me that these two figures of corruption and price rise, economy, performance of sitting MP, these are the most... So this government
to Arnab, they have remained there for last 36 months, week after week.
So you know the arrogance of the Prime Minister when he said that, you know, corruption, so what about the scams? I got elected once again. Dr. Manmohan Singh, do you know what you're talking about? This country is voting you out and voting your party out because of corruption and price rise. You know, I think he failed to read the line out there, Narvekar. He's going to have to pay for this.
Absolutely, and even the Congress will need to pay for it because they've stuck on with the same group of people.
And they didn't change it.
Despite the charges. and this entire blatant way of saying that, you know, 2G happened, you know, not because of me, coal blocks happened not because of me, the buck never stops at me. That's something that the Congress will be paying for.
No, arm's length doesn't...
These type of phrases they use.
Well, let's look at the next question we asked. Who do you think is the most suitable candidate for the post of Prime Minister? Jay?
I think the most astounding
number increasing?
Is not this. I mean, this is quite increasing. I think Vajpayee had touched 60% in 2004. Mr. Modi seems headed towards that 60%. I think what is really disturbing is an upstart formed a year and a half ago is now nearing this number of almost more than 100-year-old party.
This is really tragic for the Congress party. It's really tragic, isn't it? For the Congress.
They propped up Arvind Kejriwal. They supported Arvind Kejriwal.
Let me get a comment in from you know, Rahul Narvekar, who is there. Rahul Narvekar, we also asked another question. Will it help if Priyanka Gandhi plays a more active role in politics? Right? Many people think yes. I don't know what you think, but there are a lot of people. So the moral of the story is nobody seems to be enthusiastic about Rahul Gandhi. But there are some people who believe that if she comes in, she can maybe change the fortunes of the Congress party. Now, I know you disagree with that.
That wardrobe luggage will be there, Arnab.
Well, one second, Rahul. Let's get Rahul in on that.
Well, to my mind, there's absolutely nothing that can save the Congress party. But whatever little humiliation that the Congress party can save itself from, I think only the Congress party can favor itself by stepping out of government as early as possible. Because the longer they stay in there, the more damage it's going to make to that party. So I think it's no one else but the party itself that it can help itself by stepping out at the earliest. Number two, if you look at the state of the Congress party today, other than Karnataka and Assam, there is not a single state in this country where the Congress party is the single largest party. And other than these two states also they are marginally ahead, and they're losing out majorly. So this is a pan-India phenomenon. It's in the north, it's in the south, it's in the east, it's in the west. So there is very little that anyone can do to save this party now.
Right. Well, so you know the story is fairly dismal. Kumar Ketkar, these four questions, in my view, reflect one simple thing: the Congress party needs to change its leadership. There is a loss of faith in Rahul Gandhi. There is complete disappointment with Manmohan Singh, and you know there's something drastic which the Congress party will have to do. But in your view, is this result today a best case scenario for the BJP? Because Yashwant and I have been debating this through the day. Is this a best case scenario for the BJP or a worst case scenario or a realistic scenario for the BJP? Kumar Ketkar as no fan of the BJP, what would you say?
I think it is the best case scenario for the BJP and the worst case scenario for Congress. And if the leadership question was important, they should have changed the leadership long time ago. On your channel, I once said that Dr. Manmohan Singh should have resigned. On your channel only I said that, and I repeat that. Not only that, I had said at one point of time that actually Parliament should have been dissolved earlier. If Parliament was dissolved earlier, even today's fiasco would not have happened. So I think Parliament was going steadily down, Congress was going steadily down, UPA was going steadily down, and I don't simply understand why the party could not see the signals. They were clearly written on the wall. But I am totally surprised and shocked. I am anti-BJP as you say, I am anti-Modi as you say. That may be true or may not be true. Of course I am anti-BJP, of course I am anti-Modi, but that is not the reason why I am saying this. My being anti-BJP or anti-Modi does not color my assessment. My assessment is based on actual perception of the reality. Actual perception of the reality is that Congress is losing rapidly. It was losing rapidly. Actually, ever since Arnab movement 3 years ago, Congress began to lose and they never recovered ever since the Arnab movement started.
Okay, one second. Nirmala, Kumar Ketkar says this is the best case scenario, the best possible case scenario for your party.
I don't agree.
Make the argument in factual.
Very clearly, between now and the polling, there are about 100 days. And the rate at which our campaign has picked up momentum, we are yet to even to peak. So I think we are going at a good speed and we are likely to gain more and more momentum, and therefore that 45 which is being projected as the number short of the 272.
What can the Congress party do to change?
There are two other things.
Because they want, see, no party likes to curl up and die.
No, that's right.
So what do you think your competitor can do to change
one or two things? The points that you have shown as those which Deshmukhji clearly said, you know, have been in the last 6 months consistently on the top. Yes. Corruption and price rise. Both the points on which the Congress has remained in a denial mode, they are not accepting it. And linking to the point that you had earlier said about Mrs. Sonia Gandhi trying to bring in the communal agenda, is because that is the kind of smoke screen with which they want to save their skin. And all that is definitely not going to help the Congress. And finally, this particular point of resorting to a change in the leadership just so that Rahul is not being accepted, but maybe Priyanka will not sell, because people today do not want that dynastic Congress.
Yeah, Arnab, I just want Congress could get its alliance factors correct, you know. They could still have a tie-up with Mayawati in Uttar Pradesh.
I totally agree with you. You know, I mean, there is
that chapter is completely open. The RJD tie-up is still in the works. There is a BSP tie-up which is possible.
No, Jagmohan Reddy.
I want to say one thing. I think strategically, even though you have an advertising campaign on, because I know this for a fact, they haven't even made an effort to initiate any talks with Mayawati. Lalu and Paswan are
still Mayawati talk to them?
Let's presume she doesn't, but they should be begging her right now. They haven't done that. They haven't initiated the Paswan people. They haven't really begun anything there. But I want to say one thing. Besides Rahul Gandhi, who seems to be in a world of his own, and he, you know, has a little campaign going and all of that. Strategically, the Congress party leaders are all playing the desertion game. Some are headed to the Rajya Sabha. They know they are losing this election big time. They're all thinking of themselves, and they are behaving like a party which is prepared to lose. And their strategies are becoming talking about, oh, but the Muslims will not leave us, or we will support the third front from the outside. So they have reduced to that kind of defeatist postures within the party. It's known right now.
Many sitting ministers don't even want to contest the next election.
I have a very interesting question. Very, very interesting question. Because I often was thinking, and I want to just put the rationale behind this question, explain it to the viewer. Very often I have thought as a journalist, and I'm sure all of us have, that what if the Congress party had said, Mr. Manmohan Singh, sorry, you know, you failed. You have a bad image, Mr. Manmohan Singh. I think you need to go. And I think, say, in 2012 or so,
he was renominated, Arnab. He was renominated in 2012.
No, let me complete. So I've often thought, haven't you, that what if Manmohan Singh was told to go? So we asked a question, and would that have changed Congress fortune? So the question was, would the change of Congress have improved, chances of the Congress have improved if Manmohan Singh resigned in 2013 and handed the baton to Rahul Gandhi. And I think the result is quite surprising.
52% say no.
No.
I think it's very clear. With
this is the vote of lack of confidence in Rahul
Gandhi. And with 52% saying no for a change in 2013, it means this is long-term incumbency being built right since the CWG games of 2010.
No, but exactly. This is not even anti-incumbency. It's people holding this government responsible for a certain charge they hold. It's just, and they want to.
Even with a change of a.
It's not
people's mind. The culpability.
And I agree. I agree with Kumar Ketkar's analogy that he said that since Anna's movement started, and our data for the last 36 months, I mean, it is precisely the same timeline, precisely the same timeline. And since then, these two issues of corruption and inflation have not gone down. It is pretty much in the top of the mind recall. The leadership issues have started shifting. A couple of years back, there was a vacuum at the center. That vacuum was slowly and steadily filled by Narendra Modi over a period of time. So the big headline is that Congress has been losing for the last 3 years. It's been going down and down and down, and we all knew that sinking feeling. Oh, it's happening. No, there was a state of self-denial. There is a state of self-denial even today.
I don't think there's any denial.
To arrest that downfall, Arnab, to arrest that downfall.
Whoever thought a Congress-BSP alliance could be in the works is completely wrong. Because Mayawati is also so threatened everywhere outside of Uttar Pradesh.
Exactly.
And she is being charged of leading a party which doesn't have a pro-development. Nobody except her is a party leader.
Yes.
So, these votes will not be transferred.
Today I received a phone call. And this gentleman who called me says, that do you know that Anna Hazare is supporting Mamta Banerjee for Prime Minister? And well, I said, I thank you for letting me know. Now, I think today, just in that context, Mamta Banerjee should be very worried. Because if Mamta Banerjee wants to be Prime Minister or somebody from the Federal Front wants to be Prime Minister, at least the Congress party should get 120 or 130.
No, they can't.
They can't. No. So I say today, with this result, the possibility of a third front government is also sunk. Do you agree, Navika?
Absolutely. Whichever way you look at it, the Modi X factor has given dividends to the BJP and the NDA.
No business with Congress, Arnab. That situation has arisen.
And your survey very clearly shows at the regional party level too, people are preferring the regional party for the states. But when it comes, their own supporters, the regional party supporters, are in favor of.
Ashok to say why this is a big crisis for the Congress is that the Congress has had many challenges in the past. Parties grow, parties disappear. In the case of the BJP, this is the first time a national party has moved to a second generation, post-founders, and become even stronger.
Just one
sec. I have one more thing to say. We haven't discussed the BJP much in this post-mortem. I think the BJP will be waiting for three things in the next 100 days.
Obviously, because it's post-mortem. You won't discuss us.
Just 1 minute. One, it can hope to gain up to half a dozen seats in Karnataka.
Right.
It can hope to gain up to a dozen seats, I would say, in UP. Third, it can hope and pray Rahul Gandhi gives one more interview to you.
As I say, whenever somebody calls me for an interview, I say I'm always ready. Time and place of your choice, questions will be mine. I just want to ask Kumar Ketkar and Rahul Narvekar, since they're sitting there. Rahul, if you were in the Congress party shoes, and don't give me one of those cynical, sarcastic, over-the-top replies which you often do. If you were in the Congress party shoes and you had to do something, let me ask you a wicked question. Give one good suggestion that they could do right now to change the game.
Well, first and foremost, I can't...
between now and the 16th of May.
I can't fathom the imagination of being in the Congress party at this point of time. That's not the best thing for anyone. But I think, like I've said it earlier, it's only the Congress party that can save itself from any further embarrassment. The best thing for them is to step down, accept their faults and accept their shortcomings, and perhaps once they do that, that probably could be a saving grace. But knowing the Congress party, they are too, they're definitely going to shy away from that.
Let me ask you the same question.
Yeah, actually, it is more complacence on behalf of the Congress, which they should have given up long time ago. And what they should do, unfortunately for Congress, they have not taken me as an advisor. That is their unfortunate decision not to take me as an advisor. My upfront position has always been anti-Modi and anti-BJP. That does not necessarily mean that I approve of everything that Congress does or everything that congressmen do or everything that UP has done or Congress has done. That's a misconception. But the point is what Congress failed to do. What Congress failed to do was keeping in touch with the masses, keeping in touch with their grievances, keeping in touch with them on a day-to-day basis. Congress has completely failed that. I will just recall one thing. When Mrs. Gandhi was facing a terrible situation after Jayaprakash Narayan movement in 73, what she asked at that time, at one point of time, Devkant Barua was the Congress president. She said, our cadre must immediately contact the people, localities, communities, caste groupings, every single section of the society, trade unions, peasant movements, and congressmen fanned out across the country to actually contact with the people, and that was known as a famous mass contact program. I have not seen any mass contact program from 2009 to now, and that mass contact program is not there. As a result, they have lost touch with the people, they have lost touch with the mood of the people, they have lost touch with everything that people face. And I think if I was the advisor, I would ask them.
As I close this, I have one question. If you're saying mass contact program, then what was Rahul Gandhi doing for the last 9 years?
Rahul Gandhi's program
wasn't that a mass contact program? You can't say I'm going to reinvent the wheel 2 months before the election.
Arnab, Rahul Gandhi's...
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go. I want to thank everyone who has been with us through our programming. If you didn't watch us early on, 11 o'clock onwards, best of our coverage till 12, and then the news hour is at 12 o'clock on a repeat cycle. I want to thank you. This is serious election programming. I want to thank Jay Mruk. I want to thank Yashwant Deshmukh, who has been part of the CVoter analysis, Navika Kumar, our political editor, and the team for staying back with us so late. We are going to ramp up our election programming with more national election debates, more special political shows, and of course, we're going to get you the numbers ahead of any media house in the country. Thank you for being with me this evening. See you soon once again. See you tomorrow evening, in fact, at 9 o'clock. Good night and goodbye.